Good old Jurassic difficulty challenge mode. It really isn't that hard when you know what you're doing. Or so I thought. Hello and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution 2, where today I'll share with you my journey to complete the Jurassic Park challenge mode on Jurassic difficulty, as well as give you some tips on how to complete it. A few weeks ago, or months ago, I did a live stream series where I went through and tried to complete Jurassic Park on Jurassic difficulty. On the third live stream, I was confident that I was going to complete the park, but the game proved me wrong, and I took that personally. So, I decided to tear the whole thing down, sell all my animals, and start again. Not only this, but I decided to research everything I could in the research tree, and got every genome available to 100%. You see, I wasted a lot of space in my first park because I was worried about the intelligence of some of the carnivores, and also my ego was telling me that I could afford to lose some area. I had 4 Rexes. I was fine. There was no way I couldn't get to 5 stars. I could not get to 5 stars. So, my first tip would be to not waste space, which seems very obvious, so I'm going to be more specific and say be mindful of the intelligent trait. If you don't know what I'm on about when it comes to the intelligence trait, it essentially expands a dino's territory beyond its enclosure, and if a guest wanders into that territory, the dinosaurs know, because they're intelligent, and they'll try and break out to have a good feed. There is, however, one upside to being intelligent. People like you more, or so Frontier thinks, because animals with higher intelligence have a 20% higher appeal rating. You can use this to your advantage. For example, if you can keep an intelligent dinosaur in an enclosure far away from paths and other enclosures, then you can benefit from the higher appeal by running a tour through the enclosure. However, I only found this approach useful for the T-Rex. In my successful park, I put the T-Rex enclosure in the area in front of the waterfall, as this allows for the least amount of expansion of their territory due to the enclosure being almost completely surrounded by the map boundary. With all my other carnivores, I would terminate the eggs that had the intelligence trait. There is another strategy that I believe would work, and that's having a dinosaur with the intelligent trait with a security rating of 3, for example, and put it in an enclosure where the fences have a higher security rating. But that's enough about intelligence, it's overrated anyway. In my second park, I used a couple of attractions, and by that I mean all of them. Now, you may be wondering, do I need to be using every attraction in the game in order to reach 5 stars? Is this the hidden gem that has set me back for so long? Nope. The attraction buildings are good because they don't need food and can't get sick, but they only give 100 appeal. They do, however, attract different types of guests depending on what the attraction is, but my advice would be, if there's enough space for one, you can chuck it in there. The next thing that makes this challenge mode so unique is that every scientist is disloyal. Every time you assign them to a task, the sabotage meter rises. Once it reaches a certain point, they will let off some steam by shutting down your power, opening the gates to your enclosures, spreading misinformation, and shitting in your food. So how do I punish them? I pay them $60,000 per minute and get someone else who wasn't involved to deal with the mess. I love this game. Moving on, guest needs remain relatively constant across all challenge modes, except in this one they aren't so lazy that they need a car or monorail to get to a viewing gallery 200 meters away. Build enough toilets, shelters and hotels and they'll be happy. But how do we suck every dollar from their bank account like the capitalists we are? By having amenities every 100 meters. I found that having one group of large amenities at the entrance to my park close to the T-Rex tour worked well to serve a fairly large area. After that, you only need medium amenities scattered around your park, only using the large ones again when you have a guest area with a lot of high appeal enclosures nearby that's far from other amenities. I also found that using multiple viewing galleries in different parts of a large enclosure increased the demand for amenities, which means more money. So, we have carnivores that are big brain, rich scientists who will always hate you, and guests that constantly need a toilet in their line of sight due to explosive diarrhea given to them by your cheap food that your employees have decided to season to perfection with a helping of E. coli. Surely this can only get better. Hurricanes come quasi-regularly and shows why upgrading to the highest quality fences are important. The winds are so strong that they tear buildings apart, disable gates, break bones, and have your guests feel slightly uncomfortable. This little red symbol is the source of all my anxiety when it comes to this game, mainly due to the fact that it causes many more little symbols to appear. I think of these hurricanes as a will of God punishing me for the unholy creations which I have made. And that right there sums up the Jurassic Park challenge mode experience and the strategies I used to overcome it. I will now give a brief tour of my park that I definitely completed in part-time so you can see some of the previously talked about strategies. Okay, this is the successful 5-star park that you've just been waiting to see. I know you have. This whole video has been about it, so if you've clicked on it and you've gotten this far, obviously you're anxious to see what's going on. But anyway, the first thing I'll show you, which I talked about, I'm gonna try and stick to the order, is the intelligent dinosaurs. So the only intelligent dinosaur in this park is the T-Rex. As you can see there, they kind of expand their territory just outside their enclosure over here, but there are no paths near it, so they can't get to anyone, they won't break out. And because this fence runs right along the map border, they can't really expand it out very far, as you saw on that map view there. But every other carnivore in here, like the Megalosaurus here, all they're stupid, they're not intelligent. Majungasaurus, all good. The Coelophysis is alright, but I could have I could have intelligent Coelophysis and it would be fine. They wouldn't be able to break out of this security rating 5 fence, seeing as they have a security rating of 1. So if they were intelligent, that would be okay. Yeah, the Suchomimus, same thing, all pretty stupid, I believe. Yes, okay, Suchomimus is stupid. Alright, Carnotaurus, same thing. They're all not intelligent. Anyway, the attractions, as you can see, I have used all of the attractions. A lot of attractions, very unnecessary, a little bit of a waste of space, but at least they are generating appeal. As you see, I didn't even need to use this bottom bit down here, and I had a little bit of space left over here if I needed to put in another enclosure, but we were all good anyway, so that didn't really matter. A lot more efficient than the first park I built, if you had watched those live streams. In terms of the amenities, as you can see, I've got my first 3 large amenities here, which aren't making any money apparently. Oh wait, no, there we go. So yep, there we are. Lots of money coming from these bad boys because we've got the T-Rexes here, Compies here, and that's pretty much it for all the appeal they'd be getting. But as you come around here, we got some medium ones here, some more medium ones over here, getting just from these things. More attractions, of course, more medium amenities. I was going to put some amenities here but didn't need them. And then at the back here we have large ones because they're so far away from other amenities. And we've got the high appeal of the Apatosaurs and Stegosaurs here, and the Suchomimus here. And the multiple viewing gallery thing I briefly mentioned is like an example here. I've got them on either side, so these amenities are benefiting from that appeal, and these amenities are benefiting from that appeal, as well as with this enclosure you have these amenities benefiting from these viewing galleries, and these ones over here benefiting from these ones. I said benefiting way too many times. So yeah, and that also, not only does that help with your amenities, but that also just makes it easier for your animals to view, so they're not going out of sight so much, which helps a lot. Keeps your appeal fairly constant, which is good. But that is going to do it, so thank you all so much for watching. Again, I really hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!